Okay? All right, so this week we read about, or we're going to read about, students with disabilities. And some of you are special ed teachers, so you know far more about this than I do because you do it every single day. I was an administrator that had an autistic program on my campus, but still, if you're doing special ed every single day, you really are an expert in this. And you read about kids with IEPs, and you read about kids with 504 plans, and disabilities regarding behavior issues. And I think in the future that this is the one that's going to really come into play pretty soon, because I think most people understand learning disabilities at this point, and parents know how to advocate for their children. But discipline, children with discipline issues, is a whole nother ballgame. I think for a long time we've been helping kids academically, but we haven't been focusing on helping them with behaviors. We just kind of think, oh, how come these kids don't know these rules? Why aren't they behaving right? What's wrong with their parents? Instead of having a behavior plan for them and a specific way to teach them the behaviors we want. I think we're going to see a lot more children with IEPs or 504 plans regarding behavior in the future. And rightly so, because not everybody comes with the skills that we need them to have, or they have crazy lives. Some of these kids have absolutely horrible lives, and they've learned how to survive just by picking up the behaviors that they've been around, and we need to help them. So I have talked to a principal recently about creating a behavior plan, not a formal behavior plan, but an informal plan for this child of just, what do you want him to do? What skills do you want him to build on? And then if he does it, what kind of rewards does he get? The principal said, oh, I don't really have time for that. And I said, oh, yeah, you do. Because legally we have to do this for this child. It's not a choice of, I don't want to, or I don't feel like it this week. But really making sure that kid has everything they want. And then moving into if he would qualify for a BIP or a functional analysis assessment. We're not there yet, but Mom keeps telling us there's something wrong, there's something wrong, there's something wrong. And if we don't address this, we're going to be in trouble. He's only a third grader right now, but we got to work on this. Student discipline, a favorite topic of everyone. The book kept talking about zero tolerance, and really in California we're moving away from zero tolerance because people made crazy decisions. They would suspend a kindergartner who brought a plastic knife to cut grapes at school, and they suspend him for 5 days because he brought a weapon to campus, which is nuts. I had a first grader once bring little firecrackers to school, and she's in tears, hysterical in the office, and I told her mom, I said if she was older we would be looking at a suspension, but she's a first grader. She just thought this would be fun to bring to school. So we got to make good judgments, and not everybody does. But California is really moving away from zero tolerance. So if you see kids on campus that before were automatically suspended and sent home for 5 days, you think, why is this kid on campus? He did this thing. It's because we're trying to keep kids at school a lot better. We've figured out that sending them away from school is sometimes a benefit to them and a reward to them instead of a punishment. So we need to keep them there and treat and explicitly explain or work with them on their behavior. Also, they talked about willful defiance, that letter K in suspension, and in California that is going away. You probably have your principal saying, hey, you can't just suspend for willful defiance anymore, even though teachers really want it. We're really moving away from that one that you can suspend for, and I believe very soon it will be gone completely. So you cannot, even though some of them are stinkers and giving you a really hard time, you cannot suspend a kid just for willful defiance anymore. If he's brandishing a knife, obviously you can, or if he's grabbing girls and he's not supposed to, that's sexual harassment or assault, and that's something different. You can put K with it, but you can't suspend anymore, usually just on K. You can at the moment, but it's completely going away, so you might as well just get used to it now and tell others on staff that it is going away. When we expel a child, we have to have one of two things. Either he's a continuous danger on campus to himself and others, and you can prove it, you've documented it, and you've tried things with him, or continuous means of other correction have failed. And when you go to that expulsion hearing, you have to show that you've used continuous means to help this child. Like you put him on a behavior plan, and you offered him rewards, and you talked to mom, and you had a week of conference with mom, and you met with a kid before school and after school. You have to document all that, because if you're coming with a kid who's done something bad and continually being bad on campus, you have to show that you've done something. And I've seen principals get in a lot of trouble at an expulsion meeting when they say all you did was call mom. That's all you did. That's not good enough. So make sure that when you are doing this, you are documenting, and don't just say you tried this, this, and this. You have to have the date, what happened from it, what you tried with mom, the date that happened. Just like when you are working with an employee that needs help, same thing with a child. You're going to document all that.